Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how we can combine multiple data from one column into one cell, provided that they meet the criteria. So in this example, I have column orders B and the name of the person who made orders, right? So let's in this case have Mike, multiple orders from Mike, Paul, and John, and different orders for each person. Now I'm going to combine it into one cell so that all of Mike's order will show up in one cell. So what we're using is going to use the filter formula first, and then nesting it into another formula that will combine it into one cell. So in this case, so let's use filter. So we're filtering uh, we can use only column B right there, as long as column A equals Mike. Then that will give us all the orders right there. Now, how are we going to combine it into one cell? We can do a transpose formula. Okay, actually, let me do it separately. So first, so this is the filter, and then lick one, we're going to transpose it, all of these. It will now transpose it vertically. It'll go from into one full row like that. Okay. Now we have that. Now what we need to do now is combine it, all of those, and separate them a separate them or delimiter using a delimiter, a comma as the delimiter. So we use the formula split. I'm sorry, not split but join. Then we'll just declare the delimiter, which is the comma, and then we'll select the formula that will now combine it into one cell. As you can see there. Now, as you can see, I separated three different formulas to do that. Now, what we can do is combine those formulas into one. Okay, so how do we do that? So we know that this one is this formula. So I'll just copy this without the equal sign and then paste it over there, paste it in. Once I hit enter and I delete this, nothing happens because the formula is within these now. It's looking using the same formula as this, right? Now I'm going to since you can see here the formula for this is the one here, this formula here, you can now copy this, paste it, replace this with that, then you press enter. Let's just ignore the autofill. Now if I delete this, you can see it's there, still there. So I can just control X or cut this and paste it here. Now I know that Mike's orders are these, right? And now we can just copy over to the bottom, and you'll now have the orders of each of the person in this one single cell. Okay. Now, what about if, for example, you only want to show the orders? I'm sorry. Yeah, the orders that was made for today. So as an example, let's do 10, 21, 2003. Let's copy it over here and just change each formula, each month, 9, or there. Then let me just change this to a different month. So let's see here, November, right? Copy, paste, paste, paste. Then we have, let's change one to August or one. Then, okay, that's the date order. Okay, name that. Now we need to combine it, right? So that only the dates, let's say, orders, let's copy this here. So we now know, change this to date formula. Um, okay, so now we're going to change this so that only the orders for this date is what will be combined in this. So how do we do that? We just add a filter here where C equals the date above. Press enter. Then let me just fix it so that it will not change. Copy there. Now you know that for the date of October 21, 2003, Paul only ordered apple and John ordered two oranges for that day. Okay. Now, the next is, let's say that you wanted to total, right? Total the amount bought for the day. So I'll just put the price here. So let's say you have the price for apple is uh, $2, right? So that all apple will be $2. Then okay, so I added total the price of each order, and I'm going to combine it there instead of showing what the orders were. We'll just total it based off what the order based on the date. So let's I'm going to do it just the way I did it earlier. I'm going to filter the range for we're getting the filter for price. So that's BD where okay, where um, the date I'm sorry CC equals this date. Then that will know that these are the total for the date. But of course we need to know if it's the order of that same person. So that's going to be for AA equals this person. So we now have the okay. Now just like how I did before, I'm going to transpose this so that it'll be one. Then I'm going to define it using join, delimiter there. So we know that's those are the purchases. Okay. Now we can skip that and just sum it like this. Then you have 1025. Okay. So again, if you do it like that, we can just change the formula. Just like earlier, then I can just copy this and just replace the range there. Then you have that amount. And I can put it there. Now it's a total of 1025. Okay. Now another way of doing this is using SumIf. SumIf will total. So we can total the total price in column D, provided that it matches the name and the date. Okay, that means we'll do SumIf. SumIfs will ask you to, if it's only one criteria, you have to declare the criteria, the range first. You can see the sum range at the end. Then this one is the range and criterion is just the first part of it. But if it's SumIfs, now you will be requested for the sum range first before the criteria. right? So SumIfs, SumIfs will now add this range here, price CD, right? Provided that the first criteria is provided that column A, well, comma, equals n times one. So this will total column D, provided that it uh, that the order is made by Mike, right? Now we can add another formula because we need to make sure that it's the order for that day for Mike. So that's the case. Let's do criteria is CC, that means column date is equal to this date. Then we can press enter. Then we now know that this 1025 is the total purchases made by Mike on this date, which is exactly the same as how we did it on this formula here, right? So if we can copy it over, let me just make sure that F2 is fixed by pressing F4. This one is will fix the formula to F1 by pressing F4. So that will not change anywhere. If I scroll it down, it will stay the same, right? Let me just show you. If I don't change it, you can see it's not fixed. If I scroll it, expand it, you can see it's 0 because it now went from F2 right there into F2, from F1 into F2 because I move copy formula over downward. So this fixing it there, rolling it, pressing F4 will fix it once you copy and paste. Control D it, Control D, now fix. Okay. Now what should we do if the source is on a different sheet like here? So I can just copy it, put the source here. How do we combine it? So you just basically change the formula instead of VB, same row, you change it, you add the source, the name of the sheet. So you put source here and exclamation point, then you know it will now look for the data in the source sheet, but still in the same column, B and A. This one, same, so source, exclamation point, C2, you can see it will still stay the same. Same here. I can change this to source, add source, 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 press enter, and it would work like that.